Welcome to Talk of the Town, presented by Tree City Sports, your source for local sports. I am your host, CJ McClure, and today I'm rocking the shirt made by AM Creations in Ottawa, Kansas. They did a fantastic job on this one, and they will for sure be making more for us in the future. We thank you for your business. Go check out our webpage for even more local sports news. You can also find us on Instagram, Facebook, and X, formerly known as Twitter, at Tree City Sports. The teams are in and the brackets are finalized in the 2024 Kansas 2A State Softball Championship Tournament, being held at the Green Sports Complex in Pratt, Kansas. 6-seeded Central Heights, who is 16-9 on the season, will face the 3-seed Onega Buffaloes, who is 19-4 on the season, in the last game scheduled, with the first pitch scheduled for 5 o'clock p.m. on Thursday, May 23rd. Central Heights battled their way to their third consecutive appearance, where they finished third in 2022 by winning the Linden Regional Tournament. The Vikings cakewalked through Yates Center with a 16-1 run rule finish in the quarterfinals, as well as the Linden Tigers 14-2 on their home diamond in the semifinals. The championship game came down to a single point where the Vikings beat the Lebo Wolves 7-6. Onega made their way to the 3-seed by way of winning the Wabaunsee Regional Tournament. The Buffaloes eased their way past Blue Valley Randolph in the quarterfinals, winning 10-0. The semifinal game against Valley Heights came down to the wire, where Onega got the 5-2 win on a walk-off in the bottom of the 8th inning. This set up the championship game between Buffaloes and Mission Valley, where Onega took the 3-2 win and secured their first state championship tournament appearance in program history. The schedule for the Green Sports Complex on May 23rd is number 1 McLouth, 25-2, will face number 8 Pratt Skyline, who is 10-13 at 11 a.m., followed by number 4 Inman, who is 7-14 against number 5 Thomas More Prep Merriam out of Hayes, who is 21-8 at 1 p.m. At 3 p.m., number 2 Cedar Vale Dexter, who is 22-3, will face number 7 St. Mary's Colgan, who is 15-9. And the final game with number 3 Onega, who is 19-4, against number 6 Central Heights, who is 16-9 at 5 p.m. The Kansas 4A State Baseball Championship Tournament will be held at Dean Evans Stadium in Salina, Kansas, on May 23rd and 24th, with an opening round set to begin at 11 a.m. on May 23rd, where both Lewisburg and Paola are set to play. Number 1 Rock Creek, who is 25-1, will face number 8 Tonganoxie, who is 12-13 at 11 a.m. Number 4 Lewisburg, who is 19-6, will face number 5 Paola, who is 16-10 at 1:15. Next up, number 2 Abilene, who is 22-2, will face Rose Hill, who is 15-10 at 3:30 p.m. And finally, number 3 Pratt will face number 6 Circle at 5:45. Pratt is 24-4 and Circle is 17-11 on the season. Central Heights also had several of their track and field competitors qualify for state as well. In the boys 800-meter dash, first came Cody Hammond at the regional tournament to qualify for state, and Christian McCord came in 4th in the event. In the boys 1600-meter run, Cody Hammond once again came first, and Connor Bergdahl set a personal best on his way to a 3rd-place finish at the regional to qualify for state. In the boys 3200-meter run, Connor Bergdahl finished 2nd, and Owen Miller finished 3rd to qualify for state. In the boys 4x800-meter relay, came first was the team of Connor Bergdahl, Owen Miller, Christian McCord, and Cody Hammond to qualify in the event for state. In the girls' 1600-meter run, in first came Emma Cubitt, who set a personal best on her way to the 1st-place finish at the regional tournament and qualified for state. In the girls' 4x800-meter relay, The team of Emma Cubitt, Arabelle Dunbar, Melanie Christian, and Addie Ulay qualified for state by finishing third in the regional tournament. And that is all of the Central Heights track and field athletes that qualified for state. The Linden Tigers also had several track and field athletes qualify for state. In the boys' events, Tanner Heckel qualified in the triple jump, the long jump, javelin, and the 100-meter dash by a first-place finish in all 4 events at the regional tournament. Caden Massey qualified in discus and shot put by way of a first-place finish in the regional tournament as well. Josh Venery qualified in the 110-meter high hurdles and the 300-meter intermediate hurdles by way of a third-place finish in both those events to qualify for state. Zach Creaky, James Marcoe, Asher Eddington, and Kason Worth qualified in the 4x100-meter relay by finishing third in the regional tournament. On the girls' side, Tristan Sowers qualified in the 200-meter dash with the third-place finish, and the second-place finish in the 400-meter dash got her qualified for state. Morgan Gross qualified in javelin with the second-place finish at the regional tournament. Tristan Sowers, Jaden Segrist, Rihanna Marcoe, and Lexi Toddy qualified in the 4x100-meter relay by way of a second-place finish at their regional tournament. Tristan Sowers, Jaden Segrist, Lexi Toddy, and Peyton Weston qualified in the 4x400-meter relay by way of a first-place finish at their regional tournament. Speaking of track and field championships, Ottawa University qualifies 6 women and 8 men for the NAIA Outdoor Track and Field National Championships, being held at Indiana Wesleyan University in Marion, Indiana from May 22nd to the 24th. For a full list of Ottawa University's representatives, go check out our website for the full story. Ottawa University has named their captains for the 2024 women's soccer team. Riley Smith and Alondra Carbajal-Petrie have once again been named captains for the Braves women's soccer team for the second consecutive year in 2024. For the full story on this, go visit our website. Ottawa University's men's lacrosse team has 3 named to the NAIA All-American teams. Junior Vincent DeMarco, senior Jacob Vincentini, and sophomore Gavin Nelson have been named to the NAIA All-American third team. Gavin Nelson, a sophomore from Olathe, Kansas, who was named to the third team, scored 1 goal, made 3 assists, and had 33 ground balls, all while causing 14 turnovers this season. Vincent DeMarco, a junior from Fenton, Missouri, was also named to the third team. DeMarco finished the season with 49 goals, 35 assists, and started all 14 games for the Braves. Jacob Vincentini from Omaha, Nebraska, also named to the third team, had 3 goals, 2 assists, and a face-off percentage of .640, 210 and 328, while starting all 14 games for the Braves. Moving on to OU softball. After beating Freed Hardeman 2-1 and Houston Victoria 3-2, Ottawa University softball team was eliminated by the number 2 Oklahoma City University, officially ending their season on Wednesday, May 15th in the NAIA opening round of the Oklahoma City bracket, held at Ann Lacey Stadium in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Oklahoma City scored the first run to go up 1-0 in the top of the first inning. The Stars continued to pile it on, bringing in 3 runs in the second inning, 2 in the third, and 3 in the fourth to build a 9-0 lead over the Braves. Ottawa was able to score a run of their own in the bottom of the fourth. Emma Melvin was hit by a pitch, and Kaylin Nye had to come in as a pinch runner. After Megan Kennedy was walked and Nye moved to second, Rachel Peterson loaded the bases on a single up the middle. Macy Rover hit a sacrifice fly to bring Nye home and score their only run of the game. OU ends the fourth with a 9-0 deficit. The Stars finished OU off after scoring 2 more runs in the top of the fourth, and OU was not able to extend the game, ending their season with an 11-1 loss. Macy Rover and Rachel Peterson each recorded one hit for OU, and Ashlyn Mercer struck out one batter in 2 innings. The Braves end the season with an overall record of 40-18 while recording their second straight 40-win season. The Baker Wildcats also wrapped up their 2024 softball season on Wednesday, May 15, 2024. Baker lost as a number 4 seed to the number 3 LSU Alexandria during an elimination game in the Chickasaw bracket of the NAIA opening round by a score of 7-1, effectively ending Baker's season. Coming off a gut-wrenching loss to the top-seeded USAO the night before, the Wildcats failed to gain any traction against LSU Alexandria. The Generals, however, came out hot, scoring 5 runs in the first 2 innings and never looking back, shutting down a Baker offense that had scored at least 3 runs in both of their first 2 games in the Chickasaw bracket. Baker struggled on defense, allowing 11 hits and had 3 errors, while all 7 of LSUA's scores came unearned against Wildcat pitchers Brianna Barchak and Tess Eubank. The Wildcats managed to gather 7 hits against the Generals. None of them, however, led to anything more than a single, and Baker only scored 1 run off of those 7 hits. Thanks to the cleanup efforts of the infield and several balls that were hit hard but landed in precarious position as LSUA played almost mistake-free ball, and even though the Generals starting pitcher played the entire game without a single strikeout, Baker was never able to gain any kind of momentum. Of their 7 hits, only Reese Curry was able to record more than 1, hitting 2 singles in her first 2 attempts at bat, while 6 total Wildcats recorded a hit. Baker's only run came on a single by Mary Grace Hess, a senior from Burlington, Kansas, to earn her team best 40 RBI season and bring her career RBI total over 60. LSUA took a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the first by capitalizing on a hit, an error, and a walk to load the bases and set up a 2-run single. The Generals continued to pile it on with 3 more runs in the second after getting 2 run-scoring singles with an RBI sandwiched between and collecting 4 hits. Eubank relieved Barchak in the third and immediately racked up 3 straight strikeouts and finished her 4 innings with 6 total strikeouts. She was able to keep LSUA scoreless in the 3rd and 4th innings until the Generals ended it with 2 runs in the 5th. Baker tried to claw back, with Hess driving Ashley Jackman in for the Wildcats' only run. This came after Curry and Jackman had consecutive hits to the outfield to lead off the inning and move their way to 2nd and 3rd, where Hess hit a ground-out RBI that sent Jackman home, putting some life back into a now 5-1 comeback effort. As hard as Baker fought, it just wasn't enough, as the Generals scored 2 more runs in the bottom of the 5th inning to put the game away for good and a final score of 7-1. Both LSUA's runs stemmed from an error and a sacrifice fly to make them unearned. Baker ends their season with their 2nd consecutive 30 wins, to go along with the 2nd time in program history that they have qualified for back-to-back appearances in the NAIA tournament. The Wildcats had an overall record of 34-15, going 17-7 in conference play, also winning 9 out of their last 10 games and leading them to the number 2 seed in the Hart softball tournament. Mary Grace Hess, Savannah Bray, and Kiera Baker were all named to the All-Hart first team, with Maddie Ball and Riley Phillips being selected to the 3rd team and giving Baker a total of 5 players to earn All-Hart honors for the 2024 season. Washburn University had one of their student athletes named as a finalist for the Ken B. Jones Award. Braden Rose, the multi-sport talent who competes in track and field and plays football for Washburn, has been selected as a finalist for the Ken B. Jones Award. The MIAA announced on Tuesday. Rose and the 9 other finalists will be honored on June 3rd at the 2024 MIAA Awards celebration being held at the Kansas City Convention Center's Music Hall in Kansas City, Missouri, where the winners of the award will be announced. For a full story on this, go to our website. And that is all we have for the show today. I hope you enjoyed it. I've enjoyed making it. Again, a quick shout out to AM Creations for doing an awesome job on the shirt, and thank you all for watching. Do not forget to go like and subscribe and follow us on all of our social pages at Tree City Sports. Y'all take care now.